Thank you. Hey, can you all hear me okay? Okay, I'm going to keep on saying it all. Hey, this promises to be my shortest speech since the 2020 Zoom banquet. I'm going to keep it real short tonight, in part because I'm exhausted. First, I want to thank the boosters for everything you've done for us over the season, behind the scenes. I want to thank all the parents. I know what it's like as a soccer parent. We appreciate all the work you do getting your kids to and from practice, raising these great young men that we get to coach. And thank you for everything you do. I want to thank the Latches as well. This is also the first time I'm using a cheat sheet. I don't know how it's going to work. I want to thank the Latches as well, not only for being back in the program, but for taking care of us with video and photos and doing all that. I know there are also other folks who have taken care of us with photos for the JV squad as well. And I'm going to go blank right now, but I'm thanking you all with a blanket thank you. I appreciate all of you. Players, senior boys, I'm going to start real quickly. I know they're going to be talking about you all tonight, but I do want to give a thanks to you guys. It's always a pleasure to see you step out on the field after getting ready, or getting a chance to work with you earlier in your careers. And I'm going to be sorry to see you leaving the building, but I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys do out in the world. And I'm hoping that you'll come back and let us know what's happening. I'm hoping you'll come back and let us know what's happening. All right? So what I'm saying? Is that right? Adam, you're going to come back as well. Cam, you'll be back, right? Thomas, Chris, all of y'all, please do come back and let us know what's going on. Jackson, all of y'all. All of y'all. I know I'm forgetting somebody. I see you back there, Ryan. Please come back and let us know what's happening. I also want to give a quick thank you to the coaches here. It's a pleasure to get to work with Bert, Steve, and Coach Green every year in and out. It's always a pleasure to show up and work with you guys. And then I've got to thank my team. You young men have had a lot of patience with me this season, and I appreciate that. I had a lot on my plate this season, taking on a new teaching position. And I appreciate all your patience through the season, all your hard work. And I'm really looking forward to see what you guys do in the next few years over your careers in this program. And I'm not forgetting my ninth graders, my incoming ninth graders that went straight up to varsity, my underclassmen on varsity as well. Thank all of you all for getting us back to playoffs and giving these boys something to shoot for here, something to work towards and strive towards. I'm going to give out my awards real quickly. Coach, I can't go any faster, man. Hey, I'm going to start with my MVP this year. And this young man fought for us a lot this year. We probably had our youngest team, not probably, we had the first group of 8th graders join us this year who did a great job. We were very happy to have them in the program. And I'm giving this MVP to Sam Tapasoli this year for his work. Sam, in 20 years you can come back and coach and get to make a speech too. Let's see, I'm going to go Rookie of the Year next. And this was a tough one. A lot of young men stepped. Our win-loss record didn't show great on paper, but the growth these boys had and the way they fought through the season and fought through playing against a lot of junior, sophomore JV teams. I'm going to give the Rookie of the Year to Adam Tedesco. Let's go unsung hero next. Unsung hero, Nick Toole. Hey, see, at least I heard a laugh. On that Zoom, there was nothing.
I remember, Dave.
What's up, Peter? How you doing, man? Thanks for being with us. And thanks for supporting us as well.
Thank you, Dave.
Peter. Yeah, near or far, Peter is always there with us, and we appreciate you, man.
Thank you. Go Lancers.
We appreciate you. Hey, most improved this year, I'm giving to Vinny Yazukovich. Also, bravest player with shorts on a night like tonight. Hey, my coach's award this year is going to Anthony Damore. Anthony, wherever I asked him to play, whatever I needed from him, he was there, just like he is on several sports teams in this school. And proud to have you on the team. I'm proud for you to have that award. Thank you. Hey, last but not least, I gave a secret warrior award to Jake Larrabee from my collection, just for having my back all season, being in the trenches all season, working like he has so far in the program, and I'm proud to have you here. I think I've covered almost all my thank yous. Remember, we want to see you back here. Please come back and let us know what you get up to next. Looking forward to seeing that. And looking forward to the rest of the year with you. Hey, thanks very much, y'all. With the velocity of my speech, I'm also trying to send a brief message to Coach Green. Have yet to be
It's not happening. I'm going to be much longer. Talk into it. It's really close. All right, thank you very much, Pops. JVs, great job this year. Thank you very much, Pops. Why y'all getting comfortable? It's about to get uncomfortable. That's not out of pocket. That's not out of pocket. We don't get to the out of pockets. That's not out of pockets. So. All right, a lot of thanks. Once again, just a huge round of applause for the Sports Boosters putting this entire show on tonight. So let's everyone give it. We have awesome parents supporting us with team dinners, throughout the playoffs, supporting us, snacks on the long rides, and really anything at all that we need. You guys really help to make things run really smooth for us. So we're really thankful for all the parents in this program. Pictures, we had Kristen Bressler taking a lot of pictures for the JV. Master Photography, I know he's not here, but he was at a bunch of our games and events as well. Julie Lash, Debbie Boscombe as well, taking a bunch of pictures. And I will admit that this entire PowerPoint is plagiarized with your pictures, Julie. So if nothing else, I want to showcase the awesome pictures. Banquet video, is it Katie? Should I be giving her the big shout out? All right, so Katie's here. I wasn't totally sure, but Katie put together the awesome video we'll watch after this. That will kick off around 10:30 tonight. And how about Peter, right?
L-A-N-C-E-R-S for the spell.
So yeah, I mean, Peter, at every single game, including, again, our 2 away games over an hour and a half, Gloucester, then Belchertown. So just really awesome, Peter, to have you at all of our
Yeah.
Awesome. Matt Cobb couldn't make it tonight. He had another event with his team, but he was a blessing to have with us once again this year. All the ball kids, I think I saw Kira is here. Hannah, Maddie helped out as well. Braden is somewhere in the back. Is Luke? Is that Luca? Luke is here too. All right, let's give them all a round of applause. And then finally, just an awesome coaching staff. Morgan couldn't make it tonight, but he helped a lot out with JV this year, which was really helpful to Coach Pops. Coach Pops as well just does a wonderful job with the JV program. Wonderful job getting them prepared. Constantly talking with that season over, really helping out, finding a lot of videos and all the information that we can find on the other teams to really help us prepare. So thank you once again, Pops, for another great year. My dad doing, probably doesn't get enough credit, doing a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, filling in for when I was sick, filling in for when Steve's sick a lot, Camp shaking his head. I really think that the kids really like him. Yeah. He's kind of the granddad of the team. You know what I mean? Just he's more like a brother. I feel like you want to say something. Don't give him that, Mike. No. Okay, so more like a brother. Not really sure what that means, but.
What's said in practice stays in practice.
So this will be the last season that Bert's with us, guys. And then there's Steve. All right, moving on. Steve's pretty much the unsung hero of this program. So we hate to lose. If that hasn't really been clear to players, parents, program, everyone. I think the only thing worse than losing is losing 14 times in one season. So that's not really fun. Last year wasn't fun, sitting down, talking to the coaches and all this. And it was pretty a simple message. I don't need to sit there and tell them how I feel, how we should feel, because, Steve takes it to heart. All of us take it to heart. We know what we need to do. And it was just a pretty simple message. Go out there and fix it. You know what I mean? We do not like what happened this year. It's our job to go out there and fix it. Starting with all of us and, figure out a plan and let's put it in place. And then, again, we don't have to talk. I think a couple weeks before the season, he came up to me, hey, here's the plan. This is what I'm looking to do with our goalies this year. And we definitely ran with it. So I'll talk more about Luke a little bit later, but, Steve's definitely, orchestrated this whole entire thing. And then we'll talk about Luke, and we'll see on the next slide, a little bit of adversity that we fell into is that he got injured for 7 games. And then we had to go in full force. We didn't have a backup goalie, 48 hours to get some goalies here. So, yeah, he did a great job preparing them properly. One game that we went with pace for the next 6 games or so. And then, to get goalies ready, it says a lot about our goalies, but it also says a lot about, Steve getting them ready to go in there and compete. We didn't drop off too much. I even argue that they were 10 times better than Luke, but that's for another day. We didn't drop off much at all. So it just really goes to show, how much and how valuable Steve is to this program. So let's give a round of applause to all of our coaches. I also just want to give one more shout out to the senior girls team. You guys had another awesome year, back-to-back trips to the playoffs. Obviously ended not the way that we all wanted, but certainly doesn't take away the accomplishments that you guys did the entire season. So great job, seniors. Just one more special thanks, and again, Matt's not here with us tonight, but really unique opportunity we had, and I'm really thankful for Matt's team to come out here and allow us to practice with his team and be a part of his team. And I have a really good feeling that there's going to be a lot more of that, in the future. So we'll give Matt another shout out. So the off season, as we already talked about, none of us, we talked about the coaches. None of us want another season like that. Since I've been coaching here, it is statistically the worst season that we've had. But the boys really dedicated themselves. It always starts the day after the banquet, when the season's over. And we did really well in the Weymouth and, tournament, competing with big teams. We did great in the summer league, losing to Weymouth. Weymouth is now in the Final Four. Their game actually probably just ended or in the second half right now. And, we competed toe-to-toe with Weymouth, losing by a goal to them. And then, us going to Manitoba to really bond together and really try to set the tone for the season. So a big tone is, I don't like ignoring things. I'd rather just, address the elephant in the room. And, it's something that I had to remind the boys, and I also want to remind everyone in here because I really think that it helps, talk about how special this group is. We lost two of our best players, all right? We lost our only TBL All-Star last year, and we lost another fantastic player who went and competed in other leagues. But this year, we also lost a couple more players to football. But this year, we all saw the power of what a team can do. And we all saw the power of a team will always be more powerful than any individual, right? And for us, there's a lot of teams, whether in the TBL or around the state. Again, when you're coming off a season of only 4 wins, we're already in a very fragile state. And those other players helped the success we had in the off season. So to try to rebound and then lose those, just another big hit on us. But we did rebound really, really well. We had a goal to make the playoffs. I was very confident with the players who were on our team that could bring the goal. And that was the big thing that we talked about. We know that we're losing 4 players, but who we have right here in preseason and who we select for the team, I'm very, very confident that those group of boys could bring us to the playoffs, and they did. We are only returning 2 goal scorers. Lerner had 2 goals last year. Wynn had 1 goal. How'd you score, Wynn? I don't know. Maybe that's a typo, but that's really significant. To win games, you have to score goals, and to only have 2 goal scorers, only 3 total goals coming back. Was really a big struggle. We changed formations this year, which is always pretty challenging to do. A formation that not a lot of the boys are comfortable with. Went with 3-5-2. I felt like, that's what we need to do to go and compete against these teams. And they certainly did a wonderful job picking that up much earlier than I expected in preseason. And, I think with that formation, the boys really gelling together. That got us into the playoffs. Just a quick recap on the season. And I have the 2021 season up there compared to 2022. We finished here 9-10-1, more than doubling our wins from last year. And we pretty much have the same team, losing a few and gaining a little bit more. So clearly, you guys can see the improvement that we have. We lost our goalie for 7 games, and we still competed. Again, I don't think there's a lot of teams in the TBL that can say the same, losing their starting goalie and still compete. We made the playoffs for the first time since 2019. We're ranked 19th in the state, and we ended up winning a playoff game, which was, that wasn't part of our original goals, but when we met our goals, we then, said we want to win at least 1 game, and we did that, beating a team ranked higher than us. So just overall, you can look at 2021, we had 13 goals more, and we almost tripled that with 34 goals this year. Goals against, 45, and adding on a couple more games. Again, we still beat that record, not a lot of goals there. Shutouts, 4 last year, 6 this year. I do need to remind everyone that Pace had as many shutouts as Luke. So,
I scored 2 too.
Yep.
I scored.
come back to you. All right, so let's talk about all the seniors. What we did tonight was because we have a lot, in the effort to try to keep this, as short as possible, we highlighted one key characteristic of every senior, and then one key moment that I remember throughout the year. I don't usually separate seniors into, their playing time, subs and starters, but I'm doing it on purpose tonight to really emphasize our subs. And I told the boys during the season, and I don't take these things very lightly, and I'm also reluctant to say the best and all that, because I've dealt with a lot of, players over the year. But collectively, as a subgroup, all right, the players on the bench, this was by far one of the best group of boys that we had. It's hard. It's hard being a kid, being anyone, not getting a ton of playing time and all that, and continuing to do what's best for the team, continuing to buy in and continuing to accept that you do have a role on this team, even if that role is not necessarily to go out there and play 80 minutes, to save goals, to score goals. Everyone has a role, and I feel like this group of subs really got it, and it absolutely makes a difference. It's the little tiny pieces that not a lot of coaches talk about. But when you have upset kids on the sideline, when you have kids, talking and ruining chemistry, that breaks everything down. It flows back to the players and all of that. We didn't have that this year. We had a phenomenal group of very, very supportive subs. When we started to get late in the season, they ran a lot of the game plans that our opponents were going to run. Whether it was DS near the end there, Dedham, Gloucester, Belchertown. And their job was to go out there and be very similar to those teams so we could prepare best. And I really think they did just a superb job with that. So I just wanted to recognize them in that sense. All right, let's go on with all of our seniors, starting with Chris Bosco. Very flattering picture. So Chris totally dedicated himself in the off season. I feel like talking here and there. He didn't like last year either, and he wanted to really dedicate himself to be a key contributor on this program. I feel like he did a great job doing that. He came in, and we ended up giving him a very specialized role, which gave him a lot of playing time. And we went up against a few teams that had long throws and all that. And, it's a weapon, and any way that we can score on this field, we're going to utilize it. And he gave us that opportunity. And that's how his role started. His role it blended into, like, okay, we're now going to train you to be a goal scorer on this team, because, when you're on there, he probably got, we were talking about the stat, Steve and I, a lot. Shots per minutes played, we don't have this stat, but Chris has got to be dominating this stat. He's really, truly, embodied the, taking advantage of the opportunities that he's given. And that's what we asked him to do. Go in there, do long throws, and then when you're on the field, rip some shots off. One of the most memorable moments for me, for us, is this picture right here. Scoring against Norwood was, where it was like, all right, this isn't luck. This kid's been working hard. This kid's been taking shots, and to finally, score one of those goals is just really, really cool. So let's give Chris a big round of applause. Cam. Yeah, it's bad when these girls are laughing, Cam. It's bad. All right, so key characteristics. Something that I kind of forgot about, but at the beginning of the year, he had a knee injury, and we were talking preseason, and we kind of know how these things end up, and it wasn't looking too positive for Cam, and we definitely have those talks and those thoughts that, hey, Cam's done. Like, he's not going to be playing this season. You also got to look at his family history. He's a brat. So it's not it's not too. Come on, right? There's got to be at least one injury, But no, thank God he went. It wasn't as bad as what we originally expected. And he got cleared, and then he made the decision that he's just going to grind it out. He's not going to let it be an issue for him. And he would go in practice and just go literally right to the point where he looked at me and said, "Coach, I just can't go anymore. I'm done. I'm done." And we'd send him out, and then he'd rejuvenate, come back, and all that. He's a great leader as well. I honestly think he's one of the best leaders. We were picking. I forgot about this story as well. We were picking numbers at the beginning of the year, and we go in order, seniors, and he chose this number or whatever. He was like, I don't know, seventh in line, chose this number, went through every single person. He's like, I want to change my number. I didn't know it was going to be available, and everyone started making fun of him. Like, dude, you had like the seventh pick, it was available, but thinking he wasn't going to play, he wanted to see if someone else took that number or whatever. So that was pretty cool. Key moment is this picture right here. Most memorable moment. It's really cool. He's with his brothers and all that to go out there and score a goal. I think that was your first goal of the season. Yeah, just a really, really cool moment. Having a whole entire family there scoring a goal on senior night against them. So let's give Cam a big round of applause. All right, we have Thomas Hassey. Key characteristic, I feel like, Hassey's the player. Every team's got their one player. He's the player that, everyone just loves, you know what I mean? And you can see it when these subs get in the game and everyone's cheering for him to score a goal, And that's what Hassey is, And senior night was one of the best senior nights that I've been a part of. For so many reasons, and again, all right, so here's the most memorable moment there. That picture scoring. I mean, it took him, 3 tries? Thomas, when was that? 3. Okay, look, it took 3 tries, but it still went in, and it was just a really, really cool moment. He's so supportive. So when I talk about the subs on the bench, honestly, I mean, it's probably not fair to the other players to say this, but I feel like Hassey was always the loudest one. He was kind of like the ringleader of being the person. No?
No.
Okay, you were? So why are you pointing at Jackson? Oh, you're laughing at him? Okay, what? Okay, all right. Let's give Hassey a round of applause. So Tyler Nardone, again, key characteristic is, we just talked about Camp Brack battling through injuries and all that. Nardone was just another one. Never complained, and we know that, he's battling through a lot there, but never complained. And, even later in the season, getting banged up with another injury and having to sit out, but coming right back in, always gave it his all in his practice and, all the opportunities that he was given. Just shows a lot about his character as his heart. I'm thinking about a key moment, and I just kept going back to. I know it's not during the season, but I think it's pretty relevant. You guys might roll your eyes here, the team, but I got to go back to Manitou. We're doing this team bonding chemistry thing, trying to cross the river and all this, and naturally we have our captains lead. That's what captains do, and we're trying to solve the problem. And I keep hearing Tyler Nardone, you gotta do this, and everyone's ignoring him. And finally I look up at Murphy, who's kind of running it, and he looks back at me, and Tyler has the answer the entire time, and no one's listening to him, right? And then finally, I couldn't take it anymore. I'm just like, you guys just listen to Tyler. He's solved the problem. We use that as a big metaphor, kind of going through this season and all this, that, obviously the kids wearing the armband, they're going to be leaders and all that, but we have a lot of leaders. We have a lot of leaders that don't wear the armband, and we do need to recognize them. So that's definitely a moment that, I remember for Tyler. Let's give him a round of applause. All right, so what is it, benchman? You said, Hassey?
He was the greatest benchman.
The greatest benchman, okay. Well, I agree. I feel like he was, again, such a great... Hassey, I'm done with you. We already did. You want to go back? Hassie? You got a long night. Been a long night. Guys, this is Thomas Hassey. All right. This is right before his goal when he got absolutely smoked by this Millis player. What more do you want? All right. So yeah, Jackson Robbins, just an absolute awesome team player. So again, when I'm thinking about kind of running that like scouting report team, you know, mimic Belchertown, all that, like he's a guy that I really think about there. Really saying, all right, coach, this is what we're looking for. You know, with this team, this is what we're going to do. He truly works hard to make himself better, but I think equally, maybe even more important, make other people better. That selflessness that, you know, goes a long way, especially with, you know, kids. So I think, you know, I've talked so much about this. I feel like since it happened, I mean, this is definitely a moment that, you know, I think we'll remember, a really cool moment in all this, just showing ultimate sportsmanship with all this. I sent you guys an email, but definitely a really, really cool moment and definitely a really, really cool picture that we can take with you. So let's give Jackson a round of applause.
Me and Steve want to go to the men's room.
Please, I just grew up in my own, so, but I gotta get through this, so yeah, you know, I talked about Steve, and we're the coaches, but the players have to play, you know, so it's one thing if you coach, it's another thing if you accept the coaching, dedicate yourself to change, and, you know, that's a big, you know, theme that we have this year is, you know, we all have to change if we're gonna have more success, so we changed up the plan with Luke, and right from day one, he dedicated himself to being a better goalie. He took the instruction, he changed his game, became mentally stronger, and put us in a position to win. You know, and that's the biggest thing. That's what I said to Steve. I actually said it during the summer meeting. I said, look, that Luke's not going to be the reason why we lose games. You know, and that's where we start with the goalie. And he wasn't. I can confidently say that the goals that he let in, et cetera, were not the reason why we lost games this year. And that's really what we're looking to do. You know, worked hard. Obviously, he went down for 7 games with a finger, and then he came back, and you know, Pace was looking pretty good. It was that tough decision where it's like, oh man. All right, well, let's see what Luke has. You know, there's no way he's going to be what he was before his injury. I mean, he has a dislocated finger, and he came back and. You know, I saw him in the first practice, and I talked to him, like, you guys see what I see? You know, it looks like he didn't really lose a beat here. And, you know, went out another practice, then we got in the game, and, you know, he really didn't lose anything from being injured. So I determined that he was faking the entire time. Because there's no way that you could be that good coming back from an injury. But, you know, again, I think it tells a lot about his toughness. This picture isn't necessarily the upper 90 fingertips I'm talking about, but it was just one of many incredible, you know, saves that he had, specifically in the Gloucester game. So the first thing that we say with goalies is we want to make sure they're not the reason why we lose games. And then the second thing is bonus if they can be the reason why we win games, right? And I absolutely, definitely think, you know, Luke put us in a position to win this game. And that's really all that we're asking for from goalies. So I know it might be painful, but just give him a round of applause. All right, so there's a reason for it, Kyle. It's not about Shake. It's about the kid behind Shake leading him. All right. Key characteristics. Kyle's kind of the glue of this team that kind of put everything together. You know, we really wanted to emphasize the role of that defensive center mid this year, and really have the play go through him, have him be, you know, a key element in our defense so it doesn't get to our back line, but also have him start the play. And you know, I think he just did an absolutely awesome job with that, attacking and defending. So the memorable moment that I had with Kyle, and it's kind of hard to find a picture of this, and I'm not even positive it was DS. I think it was Kyle, but you know, we sat down with captains. We have a lot of talks throughout the season. You just, you know, where all of us need to be better coaches, we need to be better soccer players, we all need to be better leaders, and we try to help the captains be better leaders. As good as they are, how can we be better? You know, and like a big thing is to try to get out of our comfort zone. You know, and Kyle's not a huge talker. You know, you probably saw from his reaction up there, he responded with, that's it. But I'm pretty sure it was Dover Sherborne. It was about 3 games before the end of the season where we got on that field and Kyle just would not shut up. He was directing people, he was telling people what to do. And to his credit, he was doing that throughout the year, but softer and more like specialized little things here and there. He was really being a director out there. And I even had a moment by saying, okay, we just had a talk, it's fresh on his mind, that's going to be 1 game, but he really did carry that through. He carried it through senior night in Gloucester. He was absolutely amazing. And even in Belchertown, when it was obviously went really tough for us, he really was stepped up to be an awesome leader. Let's give him a round of applause. All right, so we have Camden Lerner, some key characteristics. He is the off-the-field fun. He does provide that. Yes, you are. First of all, look at you. You are, but you look like that. You can kind of see the way that the team kind of just gravitates towards him and looks to him as, like a prime leader, as a prime, father figure and all of that stuff. And he's very nurturing and all that. Certainly, what's that? Certainly on the field, but also off the field. So clearly you don't agree with me, but all right. But a key moment is just, all the key moments, similar to Luke. All the best players that Cam had to mark. That was his job, and certainly stung for him and for us to take him out of an attacking role to really do that. But in talking about putting us in a position to win, in a lot of these games we had to shut down their best player if we had any chance of winning. And it was hard. Medway kid. Dover Sherborne, and I think the first time we played Medway, he scored on us, kind of a broken play. Second time, he didn't. Dover Sherborne, second time we man-marked, he didn't score on us. And then in Gloucester, that kid was an absolute stud, 21 right here. And he didn't score on us. He scored a lot of goals this year, but he didn't score on us. That's because Cam was marking him. Then we went to Belchertown. All right, let's give Cam a round of applause. You missed the joke. Then we went to Belchertown. And then we give you a round of applause. Did you see the joke? Okay, that was funny. Okay, Brian. What? I didn't take the picture. Blame Julie. I didn't take it. Yeah, next to yours, Thomas, is not that bad. So again, talking about injuries, this is, whoops, I guess that's the next one. All right, most memorable one. All right, so his self-determination, to come back after a season-ending injury. When you tear your ACL, I know the surgeries and all the technology today is awesome, but we can't forget that you don't just bounce back from that. He was cleared to play July-ish, somewhere around there, which gives him a couple months to prepare for the season. So what I had to constantly remind Ryan is dude, it's a blessing for you to be on this field to play soccer. You know what I mean? It's really hard because the truth of it is, his body was not the same as before that. It can definitely get back to that. In 1 year, I think is incredibly optimistic. But that's tough because he only has 1 year, it's senior year in high school. Hopefully he continues to play, but this is the year that matters. This is the important year. So, he had to work hard and change his role, and that's always hard to do with any young player. He's a forward, and we ended up changing his role to more of an outside mid to take a little bit more pressure off him and try to use the skill sets that he has this year, not the skill sets that he had before this injury. So this is the goal that the first time he scored, after his season injury against Millis, and he was in at that outside mid position, which is like just an ultra cool moment, knowing that, okay, here's a kid who said, all right, I'm going to try a new position because it's probably what's best for us, what's best for the team and all that. And then to go and get rewarded, score a goal, let him know like, hey, all right, I'm back in this and I can have a really, really good senior year. Just a really cool, memorable moment. Let's give Ron a round of applause. And then we have Adam Wynn. So some key characteristics. So we talked about that we switched it up 3 in the back. And the first thing that I consider going 3 in the back is we have to have 3 absolute studs to play in the back. And Adam really is a big piece of that. He obviously did very, very well last year, but he was one of those stud defenders that made this decision really, really easy. We worked with them during, it was a question mark with all the defenders back there. Are they going to be able to handle this? We worked with them preseason, and we're saying, hey, they're picking it up. I think it's going to be all right. We go to the scrimmages, and they're looking really, really, really good. And then obviously, first game going on, we realized that he was for real. His toughness, his desire, his passion to compete really made the difference for the back line this year. Memorable moments, a moment that I can't forget. I'm pretty sure it was in Dedham. First game against Dedham, and the back line got beat. It could have been Adam. I don't know. That's not what's relevant in this story, but we got beat, and we went down 2-1 there, and you could just see this thing like the light bulb, tweak Adam. And that next play, he came in against Dedham. Dedham is a very, very tough team. They're in the Final Four tonight, mainly because of their toughness. Obviously, a lot of other qualities they have. But Adam laid this hit on a Dedham kid that, I still remember to this day. It was legal. The kid fell over. Adam did not. One of those, Dedham was like, whoa, 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 and Adam just took the ball away, kept going, you know what I mean? And I think from that moment we realized, all right, this kid is for real, like we are going to have a very, very, very solid defense. So let's give Adam a round of applause. Yeah, you got it. We are, we're doing something different this year. So let's spice this up. Now, full disclosure, I stole a lot. This whole presentation's plagiarized tonight. Okay. So I stole this from my son's theater company. Actually, Anthony probably knows about this. Do you know about these awards? Okay, so they do the Dorito Awards. I call a lot of people cheese balls, so I just put a twist on it, made it my own. So you'll see how it works. It's basically all these most likely to, and if you're the winner, you get a cheese ball. So like, for example, most likely to know what these awards are all about goes to Anthony, right? So, so you get a cheese ball. If you want heroes, don't eat them all. All right, you can't eat them. No, you have to pass them out. So that's how it works. You know what I mean? Like things like most likely to show up to the wrong banquet. The girls soccer players, right? So go to the wrong one. Go to the wrong one. Okay, so you see how this works? You see how it works? We got a lot, so just sit back. And this is our first ever Cheese Ball Awards. Okay, so most likely to make fun of my bald head. Yeah, but it's definitely Luke. Yo, assistants, let's go. Weren't you a ball girl? That's faster. Let's go. I'll get Brayden to do this. All right. Go ahead, give Luke a cheese ball. Luke, yeah, everyone knows him. Not many girls though, so. All right, most likely to do a backflip after he scores a goal. When we're winning 7-0 in a scrimmage, not the time to do a backflip back properly, but give properly. What are you doing? That's not sportsmanship probably. Okay. Most likely to eat a banana that should have been thrown away 2 days prior. Steve Hughes, what are you doing? Has anyone ever seen this? It's the most disgusting thing, Coach. Like, all right. Next, getting out of pocket. It's probably true.
Hey, she gave me 2.
That's out of pocket, kid. So I think Brittany just passed him. I did, when I made this, I did have Luke on it. So for those of you who don't know, Cam, again, the father of the team, started this whole out-of-pocket thing, where if you say something maybe a little inappropriate, you get an out-of-pocket. Luke, right? So for example, most likely get out of pocket they don't deserve. Yeah, that's me. Yes, I have more out of pocket on that. No, this is ridiculous. How many am I at? I've done 0. 0. That's ridiculous. I should be at 0. No, that's all right, most likely to answer every question on his history test with no comment. So we're at Manitou, and he was selected to do the trivia night. We select the smartest kid on our team. He was selected. And he answered the first question, no comment. We did not win that trivia. All right, most likely to yell at a ref. They get yelled at by the head coach to stop yelling at a ref. That's where I was going with my father. Yeah, give her a cheese bomb, Addy.
It still was wrong.
All right, most likely to completely blow a secret quarter play trying to disguise a player. It's early in the season against Bellingham, and I'm calling this trick play that involves Casey Potts. I'm clearing the entire team out. Casey is all alone, perfect. And I'm calling to the back post Casey to try to tell the team that Casey's on the back post because no one knows who Casey is, right? It's perfectly set up. We're going to get the ball right to Casey. And then Casey goes, I'm here, coach! I'm here! Casey, no! You blew, no! All right, most likely to nominate himself for best goal scorer, best passer, and best goalie all at the same time. Luke. You see the theme. You see the theme that I have to deal with. All right, there's more. Most likely to be mistaken for a cartoon character. I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm just saying. It's not my fault. Most likely to be mistaken for a Harry Potter character. It's not my fault. Most likely to star in the next Viking series. Alright, so you get it, right? You get it. Most likely to flop like Neymar and draw a red card against Weston. What a flop. TJ, yeah, dude. I mean, look. TJ, yeah. TJ, you barely got hit. Most likely to fall off tubing while only going 5 miles per hour. Me. Hassie. All right, most likely to take a shower with multiple teammates at the practice. The entire team. Everyone gets a cheese ball. Yes. I mean, Bratz took team bonding to a whole nother level. So this is a moment All right. Most likely, as your pass goes up, most likely to draw all over his brand new white uniform with a black Sharpie marker like a 2-year-old. Are you serious, Adwin? Coach! Coach! That black marker all over my brand new white uniform. It's all right. Most likely to squirt hot sauce all over his teammates' brand new uniform like a 2-year-old. Can't learn. What is wrong with you guys? You get new uniforms every 10 years. All right, pick it up, Maddie. Come on. All right, you gotta get win and learner a couple. All right, most likely to get sick during the season, the whole entire team. Yes, this is a no whole team, starting with the coaches. Let's go, coaches. There we go, whole team. Just throw a bunch on the table. Throw a bunch on the table. There we go. There you go. They're all cheese balls. All right, most likely to miss a wide open shot off a corner kick that we set up and you were disguised and didn't call yourself out. Wide open, but still missed it under zero pressure. Casey Potts. All right, most likely to say, Coach, I'm 100% going to make a PK shot, then totally shag every PK opportunity he has. Dragnar, Luke, Pace, and Jay Pratt. Let's go. Let's go. No, you guys are horrible. Horrible. No. All right. Few more. Show up in a schoolgirl uniform instead of his actual. This is true. You guys think I'm making this up? He showed up in a schoolgirl uniform and said, Coach, I don't have my uniform. You think I'm making this up? I'm not making this up. What are you doing, Jake? What are you doing? What? Cody actually remembered his uniform, Brady. Unlike your brother. Most likely to cry after scoring a goal. You can't make this up. All right, most likely to cry after getting a cheese ball award. Hey, Cody, are you serious? Guys, come on. Most likely to cry at any point tonight. No, Carol Pratt. Find Carol in the back. Find her in the back. Come on now. All right, finally. That's real. That's real.
I know.
How we got custodians are good coming. All right, and so here's the finales. We have 2 runners-up. So the runners-up get a handful of cheese balls, and the ultimate cheese ball gets the entire jug to take home. Okay? So you can take it home and steal it from Matt and Hannah, or you can just. All right. Okay. 3rd place runner-up cheese ball goes to Dragnar. Yeah. Runner-up. Second place cheese ball runner-up goes to Pace. Absolutely. Yeah, Pace. Pace is the cheese ball. All right, and drum roll for our #1 ranked cheese ball. If it hasn't been made obvious, Luke Herrera, give him a cheese ball. No, he gets the entire bucket. Entire bucket. Don't dump it on him. No, I don't believe me. There you go, Luke. All right, round of applause for all of our cheese balls. All right, team awards. Yeah, hurry up. You're gonna miss out. I'll go slow. Where you going, Dragner? Why do you need 3? Alright, I take it back. Maybe I messed up. Maybe he is number 1. Maybe he is number 1. Maybe I messed up. Alright, let's start off with Rookie of the Year. You don't want to start with that one? Or you don't know who it is? No clue? It definitely isn't Luke, I'll tell you that. I don't know where it is. Alright, Rookie of the Year, the best newcomer of this. Rookie of the Year this year actually led our team with the most goals. He had 8 goals. He also had 3 assists, so led the team in goals and assists. And he is trying to compete with and carry on the Latch tradition. Rookie of the Year goes to TJ Latch. Wearing John's shirt tonight. All right. Most improved player. Sorry about this. All right. Most improved. Most improved. I want to give a shout out to the runner-up, all right? Because it was a tough one, and I talked about it a little bit earlier with Chris. You know, getting the runner-up award for most improved. You know what I mean? Being able to just step right in off of varsity, contribute again, not just be throw the balls in or whatever, but to go in there, work hard, compete, get a few goals, and really be a force for us up there. You know, again, his key playing times. It was tough. You know, here in this program, guys, we give one award. We don't try to take the easy way out and give multiple awards, but I do want to give a shout out for Chris right there for you know, runner-up on this award. But you know, I talked about this player earlier. Talked about him a lot tonight, but he really did dedicate himself. You know, and kind of when you have a good season, you forget sometimes where these kids come from. But most improved this year goes to, I can't even believe I'm going to make his head so much bigger, but Lou Ferreira. There you go. Yeah, there you go. All right, unsung hero. This is the player who.
Hey, so we were good at that.
This is the player that just goes out there, does his job. He's not going to make the papers necessarily a lot. You know, not going to be MVP or you know, get the limelight. Usually a player that doesn't want any of that stuff, just accepts his role, goes out there, is phenomenal. He's also that kid, although he may not be the MVP a lot, he's always in the discussion, hence why he's the unsung hero. So I actually forgot, I maybe purposely tried to forget about him a lot last year, but in ordering these awards, I realized that he got the Unsung Hero Award last year as well. And honestly, I had no idea. It totally slipped my mind, but I think that really highlights the fact that, I mean, this kid definitely is an unsung hero for our program, and it's Kyle Kaufman. We have the Lancer Award. The Lancer Award is going for a kid that we feel is very, very tough on this team, and you know, really puts his body on the line for the team. So in one game, unbeknownst to me, well, I'll tell a story like this. He's out there in the game, and just something was off. And, you know, I turned to coach, and I'm like, hey, I think something's wrong with this kid. It's not technical, something's wrong. Should we take him off? All right, let's see if he works through it. You know, he played 5 more minutes, and then I'm like, all right, I gotta talk to him. So I pull him off. I'm like, dude, you all right? And, you know, he usually never said, I mean, I think he was probably like, yeah, I'm fine, or whatever. And then come to find out, he threw up right before the game started. Went out there, again, totally unbeknownst to me, and, you know, I looked at him like, Adam, like, are you all right, dude? And he's like, I'm not all right. I'm like, I know you're not, right? So we sat him out. He ended up, you know, being sick for a while, but, you know, it's not just about throwing up and going back in. It's about, I didn't see this kid get knocked down often. I talked about the dead moments, so the Lance report this year is going to happen. All right, we have MVP. MVP goes to the most valuable player, the player on our team that, you know, you take this player off the team and we're probably not going to have the same level of success, kind of the player that we need to have all the success that we have this year. You know, again, we talked about him man-marking a lot of people, but when he wasn't man-marking, he was a pivotal part of our entire attack. I think he ended up with a few goals, maybe. Not as many as TJ, so who cares? But MVP is Camden Murray. And finally, JFK. JFK goes to the player who best represents this team, and I feel like I've already talked about this player before. It's kind of the player that every other player looks for. He's the life of our team. I mean, he starts out of pockets, all of this stuff. So our JFK award is also going to Camden Murray. This is how relevant this kid is. Doesn't even make that PowerPoint. It's my own award, Coach's Award. So the Coach's Award goes to a player who really does everything that you ask of him to do. You know, really steps up. And it's also a player that, you know, a lot of times you forget about during a game. And that's not a bad thing at all. You know, you don't want to necessarily draw a lot of attention to yourself, especially if you're a defender. So that's a huge thing for me, and the defense is, I don't want to look at you, I don't want to think about you, I don't want to comment on you, because if I do, it's usually not for a good reason. Go in there, do your job, do it well, so we can focus on how to score goals. So this Coach's Award, he didn't even play defense last year. He's an outside mid, a little bit of forward, got injured. Spoiler alert, it's a brat. Got injured, and you know, the truth is we were hoping to get him in a little bit of defense. You know, looking forward to this year, see if outside defense would work for him a little bit. You know, ended up getting injured again, so we couldn't do that. Played defense for the whole off season. You know, captains are saying, "Hey, the kid's looking good," and I'm like, "All right, fine," but you know, I haven't seen him. We haven't seen him in, you know, real games. T-Bill is a lot different than everything else. And then I saw him during preseason, and you know, I remember talking to all the coaches. I'm like, dude, I don't know, it's weird, but this kid's for real. Like he's good. He's good. You know, forget outside mid. We're gonna make him the center back. And he was awesome. I don't have him up here, but Coach's Award this year goes to Jake. All right, and then All-Star, T-Bell All-Star. We only have one this year. You know, I'm trying to get us back. Past last year we only had one. This year we only have one. I'm trying to get this program back to us. Really competing and it's getting more T-Bell All-Stars. But the field of all-stars were really, really tough this year. I think it shows when we have 4 teams in the top 6 of the state, all from the Tri-Valley League. That's not including us. So, and that's just in the small division, never mind the big division. So we had a huge pool to choose from, but I'm very, very thankful to get one team in All-Star, and that is whatever you want. There we go. There we go. So the school does provide some awards for us. The school will provide a JFK award for Camden. They also get us another plaque for most improved and MVP. Those aren't here with us. I was expecting to go a little further in the playoffs with more time, but we haven't. So you'll get those a little later. I'll get those to you. All right. So the last thing that we want to just recognize with awards, and I emailed the team. This is something I'm very, very proud of every single year. I know that there's coaches out there that don't really care about the sportsmanship award. For me, I care a lot about it. Sportsmanship, that's what I try to model for players and all that stuff. And also just my mentality, if there's an award that I can win, I want to try to win. That's what I want to do. But this program is get as many awards as we can. So we did get the Sportsmanship Award, again for TBL Small. This is our 12th Sportsmanship Award in the 18 years since I've been coaching. We have 11 TBL Sportsmanship Awards. We got honored by Division III State Championship Award. And it's awesome for me that, in a lot of leagues, talking to coaches, they'll give this award as a sympathy award. The team that maybe finishes last in the league, that's given to them. That's not us. We've never finished last, and we've gone 11 of these awards. So it shows that we can go out there, compete at a very, very high level, but do it the right way and be good sports. And that absolutely means a lot to me, and hopefully it means a lot to you guys. So I just want to give these boys, yeah, right? You just hijacked my. It is ridiculous, Hannah. You just hijacked. No. Although he is trash, you can't say that. You can't say that. Captains this year that we want to continue the success. We're going to go with 3 captains this year. All right, fine. We had to take Cody back. So, Cody, please stand up. Please stand up. Cody did a wonderful job for us. This whole entire night is about seniors, honoring seniors, senior captains, the leaders. But you did a really good job for us, and we're really looking forward to next year, you continuing that. All right, second captain we're going with this year, please stand up, is Jake Brad. Your job is to notify everyone what to wear game day, okay? Be your job. And the third captain we're going this year, mainly for his goal celebrations, is Matt Clark. So for everyone, just one my last comment, this program worked really, really hard to get this team back into the playoffs, which is, for me, that's the minimum standard of this program. We don't want to, sit here and necessarily celebrate that, even though it's an awesome celebration. We want that to be our standards, right? And we all see how hard it was, and we're going to have to continue to do that. We don't have the luxury of stepping on the field in this league and just winning. We have to do all the extra stuff to get us to be able to compete with these teams. So very, very, very proud of what this team did this year, rebounding, coming back, getting us into the playoffs. For all the returners, it's our job to continue to work hard and keep that standard for this program. So thank you once again for all the seniors. Thank you for the leadership, Kyle, Ryan, and Camden, the senior leaders. And Thank you all parents and everyone for another great year. Thank you very much.
All right, guys, we're going to start off with some senior gifts from boosters in the team. We just want to say congratulations on your season. We wish you the best of luck in the future in your endeavors. So we're going to start off with
Number 17, Captain Cam Lerner. Captain Ryan Potts. Number 11, Captain Kyle Compton. Number 6, Cameron Brack. Number 7, Thomas Massey. Number 14, Jackson Robbins. Number 16, Adam Wynn. Number 18, Tyler Nardoni. Number 20, Luke Ferreira. Number 25, Chris Bosco.
Can I please have the senior boys come back up really quick? I'm so sorry. Want to hold on for a little bit? Come up for a quick. Senior boys, senior boys. So we would like to thank a few special people, especially coaches. So Coach Green, Coach Hughes, Coach Burt, Coach Pop, and Coach Morgan. We have a special gift for all of you. Okay, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank a special person in the boys' lives. We would like to thank Tom Hassey. Thank you for all of your dedication to the team and your mentorship to the senior boys, keeping the kids on the field during the winter and the spring, helping lead our team to a successful high school season. You're a very special person to these boys, and you made a great impact in their lives. Tom, could you please come out? We also would like to thank some other special people that helped us this season. We'd like to thank Alan and Julie for all the videos, all the pictures. Thank you guys so much for everything. We have a little something special for you. So, thank you.
of your lives every season and videotaping and filming all the games and cheering my hits and supporting you guys, and I love you all!
I'd like to thank special ladies here tonight. I'd like to thank all the booster ladies, all the volunteers that came out to help us this year. We had an amazing season. I'd like to thank the booster board, Alana, Stephanie, and Wendy. We really do appreciate all of you and all the things that you do for our team. Thank you. I have a little something for you.
Thank you.
And I'd just like to finish up with a little quote that I have here. There's an old saying that it matters not if we win or lose, but how you play the game. And it's an honor and a privilege to be associated with a group of people who play the game so well. Thank you all very much.
We also have a little something extra for you guys, just we appreciate all the work, all the way that you guys
Aw, thanks, honey.
I also wanted to take this time to give a special shout out to my mom, Stephanie Leonard. She's been a member of the Boosters for 7 years and a supporter of the program since my oldest brother started with the team in 2014. On behalf of myself, my brother Zach and Aiden, and all of our teammates, we would like to thank you for your extra time and effort you put into the team, our family loves so much.
Let's have cake.
The only thing is, I think I should have like a tree box house because I didn't like it. I don't know if I'll fit in there.
Thank you, baby.
You'll get it, bro, you know?